All right. It is the rundown. It's Monday, October 24th, brought to you by High Noon. I'm actually perfectly wearing this in Nooners. High Noon, hard seltzer, real vodka, real juice, sparkling water. It's actually made with vodka, not like the other malts with their hard seltzers. Perfect drink for college football, watch party, or tailgate. Real vodka, real juice for fans just like us. You can check out the limited edition tailgating pack with pear and cranberry. I like pear more than cranberry. Head over to your local liquor store and get some today. I was in Houston this past weekend doing meet and greets. That went great. Thanks to everyone who came out. Specs and Longhorn. Weirdly, there was a liquor store, Longhorn. The name was Longhorn Liquor Store that had the copyright to it, which stunned me that they got that. But they did. I guess Texas, it was the same logo. They just had to put a hole in the snout. Pretty crazy. All right, let's get into the topics. We'll start as we'd always do. NFL. I think the two big stories have got to be Brady and Rodgers. I think maybe more Brady because how bad the Bucs are. They're like the worst. I mean, the last 2 weeks, the Steelers are terrible. They lost to the Steelers. And then to lose to the Panthers, they don't score a touchdown versus a team that looks like they quit. Third-string quarterback nobody's ever heard of. Brady saying it's like going off to war earlier in the week. He looks like a skeleton. Like the pictures of him in the post game, it's pretty crazy to see the downfall this fast of, I guess, both guys. The Packers. It's weird because the Bucs division they'll probably still win by just the lack of anybody else being in it. But the Packers still could turn it around by the end. But Brady and the Bucs, I mean.
It's crazy because it's like the one thing you don't want to have is have everyone have your lasting memory be on a bad team. And they still can turn it around. I feel like I've just been betting on them and just losing money because I'm like, oh, this is the week they'll turn it around. But they're just a bad football team.
And the worst part is he had it. He did it right. He left basically on top, but pretty damn close to on top, and was going to ride off into the sunset and probably – who knows what was going on behind closed doors with his family. I'm sure there was a lot of issues, but that unretirement seemingly fucks your personal life up. And, was it worth it, dude? Because look what you're playing on the field. If he went to win another Super Bowl, it's one thing, but everyone sees you play horrible, you look horrible, and your family life's blown up.
And you're getting, and what's his face is just coming at you every single week and you can't do anything about it. The crazy dude, AB. He's just
you get trolled to Bolivian. It's like all because you were you had to come back. You were so obsessed with the game. I mean, you have to know. You have to kind of know that's coming. No, you feel it in your bones. You feel
it's tough. It's tough to tell how much of it in football. I didn't watch the whole game. And Steve Che, by the way, the biggest idiot going. He'll sit there. He'll midway through the fourth go. They're fine. They're fine. He is. They're fine. They're fine. I actually have grown to despise him.
Dave, welcome to the club. I demanded that he has to give me the bad film because he only posts good film.
Well, did you see the one film 2 weeks ago where it was an incomplete pass that he said Brady?
Yeah, it was the greatest play.
It was a completion because it was, it's never Brady's fault.
Yards, and he was like, it would have been the best play that Brady ever made. I told Steven on Wednesday morning, I need the bad film. I'm going to post it. I'm going to do it I want a script. I'm going to do his voice, and I'm going to post it because he only posts good film. And, Dave, I said, one of the meanest things you could say to someone yesterday when they were losing me money again. I was like, I wish you would never come down from the third floor.
Yeah, no, that's how I felt. And
maybe, he's not like Brady. Maybe he should have just stayed. He kind of
he has
been off more than he can chew.
He has overstayed his welcome in my life. I'll tell you that much.
He's starting to realize how bad the Bucs are. I can tell the shift in his mood. He's starting to realize that this team is just flat out bad.
We might stink.
And
the tweet was something I think he had a tweet that was wow, we might be bad. Winning the division is no longer a lock. I was like, you fucking think, man?
And again, I know nobody likes hearing about each other's fantasy teams, but he was up till mid this week my consigliere. He was the one giving fan advice, and his only fantasy advice was don't trade anybody. I have Brady because of him. even though I was like, don't do it because he's having the personal issues. His only advice the whole season has pretty much been start Brady every week. People are trying to get Brady. Nope, the Bucs he's going to score 1 million points. He's been the worst quarterback in the league. I mean, he's terrible. It's grown. I have grown. And the thing about Steve, which really gets under my skin, it is the Minahan, is you can't get under his skin, but I hate him.
No.
Like, I truly hate Steve Che.
Give me a comparable person.
It's not, there is none. He's not like, and I am different than Dave. Like, I love him, but I hate him.
I hate him.
You work with like Dave.
Yeah.
Who do you like? Maybe not the same type of hate, but give me a level of hate.
Well, like Dan said, there's nobody quite like him because
he's unflappable.
But he's equally oblivious. Like when I fired him from being my fantasy consigliere, he thought he was getting fired from Barstool. You know, like he's just so.
What happened there? Was he like
I don't know. That was so. I was getting sick of him telling me Tom Brady this, Tom Brady that, Tom Brady this, Tom Brady that. So we were going back and forth. And finally, I'm just like, you know what, Steve? You're fucking fired. You're fired from my fantasy. Yeah. Okay. And he wrote back. He's like, whatever. And then he wrote, wait a minute. I'm just fired from fantasy, not Barstool, right? I was like, yeah. He wasn't joking because, excuse me, he wrote an entire blog about being fired from fantasy and didn't include the Barstool part. Like, I had to be like, wait a minute. The craziest part of this is, Steve, is you're so fucking dumb. You thought you were fired from Barstool. He did. He's that. So it's like you're just talking to somebody who's never going to get it.
No, and he has never, and I've worked very closely with him for 5+ years now. He's never taken an L. He always finds a way. His brain is like, he never sees the bad side of anything.
You know what he is?
Bucs,
he's fucking, he's what? Ned Flanders.
Yeah, no, or you know who he is? He's Ned Flanders, or he's like, being around Stephen Shea makes me feel like he's Bill Murray and What About Bob and I'm Richard Dreyfuss. And I'm just like, why is no one seeing this? And everyone's like,
it sounds like you guys all are seeing it.
Yeah.
No. I stick with Ned Flanders. Like, no matter how mean Homer is to him, he's like, "You're a great guy, Homer."
Yeah.
Like
Buddy.
when he just always sees the good. He's just a very annoying.
I'm gonna get him over
person.
Here right now. I want to. He's gonna
when, and I love Brady, but like his over the top Brady enthusiasm, like literally third quarter, he's like, he'll be fine. I can tell he's gonna have a great game today. It's like you're down 21-3 to the fucking Panthers, and you can't complete a third down pass for the life of you.
It's crazy, Dave. And I know he's going to the game on Thursday. He's like, I'm gonna go down and fix this. And it's like, he says that he knows they're a bad team, but deep down, I think he thinks that they're still a good team.
Yeah, no, they're terrible.
If they're bad, he'll be like, top 10 pick. We're gonna find
exactly. That's what he does. That's what he switches to. And then
he's 6-0 in NBA today. He was like, yeah, I'm 6-0 in NBA.
I did see that.
He just hops to a different rock where it's like the water's fine.
That, and even the group text on the fantasy, like, I'm killing it in NBA. Also, what was up with Mike Evans? That was a weird little moment. Another Bucs moment after the game. The refs running up in a Jersey Jerry moment, basically asking for autographs. The refs asking Mike Evans. That is, the NFL is now investigating it. A very strange move from the two refs, literally sprinting up behind him, like, Mike, sign this. Huge conflict of interest. Doesn't make a huge difference because the Bucs lost.
That drop ball, though, like, I know this is going to sound like Stephen Che.
Terrible drop ball.
If he catches that ball and scores a touchdown, the Panthers are a big quit team. Like, the Bucs could have actually won that game if he catches that. They go up 7-0 a minute and a half in, and the Panthers are like, what are we doing here?
The other big stories probably is New York football.
Yeah.
Both the Jets, Giants playing very well. Jets had a huge loss to Breece Hall, who was playing really well.
It's like even when things start to go good.
Yeah. I don't – they're both playoff teams. I don't know about the Jets, the Giants probably, but I don't think they're threats of anything.
The Jets have the Patriots, the Bills, a bye week, and the Patriots again. So
so there's 3 quick losses.
Well, it's also just like if they somehow win 2 out of 3, it would be like, holy shit. But even if they win 1.
Well, they're not going to beat Buffalo. And I think
I think they're in I know people are getting excited about this season, but I think it's much more about finally having like a competent team where it feels a lot like Sanchez back in the day, where it was like all he needs to do is like not fuck up the game, Zach Wilson, and the rest of the pieces around him are good enough to win. And then maybe he actually develops within that he doesn't have to force it. He doesn't have to perform well because the rest of the pieces around him are doing so. But eventually he's got to start to do something before I can like fully buy in and think that they're a real threat. Like if every week your quarterback's, throwing the ball 10 times for 110 yards, like eventually it's going to be a problem. Right.
Yeah, and then we have, you raised your hand, Dan. We have Boston, Chicago on two fronts tonight.
Yeah.
We have the Patriots versus the Bears and the Celtics versus the Bulls. Should be a nice, easy 2-0 for Boston. Celtics are the best team in the NBA, in my opinion, hands down.
I dread every time the Bears are on national television. Doesn't matter who they're playing. Thankfully, the rest of the season is 1 o'clock starts.
Like the Jets had a period of time where they just kept getting fucking annihilated on national TV, and then I feel like they dropped off with the scheduling, and the Bears just
every year. And this is the last one, so the rest of the season is all 1 o'clock. I think maybe 4 o'clock out west, but like I just want the Bears to just be buried away because they are not a good football team.
Do you think they have any chance tonight?
I think I think Bailey Zappi's better than Mac Jones.
I don't.
I'll say that. No, they do not have a chance because all I keep thinking about is the Bears are literally the most one-dimensional offense in the world. And Bill Belichick's probably like, this is going to be the easiest thing I've ever done. Like, you can't. How do you beat a Bill Belichick defense when all you can do is one thing and you don't even do it that great running the ball? So, yeah, there might be some free PS5s on my Twitter tonight.
Moving on, college. Not much happened really in college. The game we went at was awesome. LSU, great environment. Shout out Freds for hosting us. Easy win for LSU. Also great. The main story that I thought came out of the weekend, and I'm sure you guys saw the clip of the Alabama player after they lost to Tennessee kind of hitting a girl like on the field when they were running. He didn't get suspended. Saban gets asked about it. And Saban, have you guys seen his press conference? It's very Saban.
It's the least shocking thing ever in that, like, I love whenever these stories come up and you're like, wait, Nick Saban cares about winning more than Tennessee female students' safety. Yeah.
I love it. It just made me laugh listening. He's like, you don't know the details of what happened, do you? Well, all right, I'm not going to talk about those details, but I'm comfortable with it, and obviously played. There is nobody, like, who do you think has more power in their region? Like Kim Sung-un or whatever that guy's name, or Saban in Alabama? It's got to be Saban in Tuscaloosa.
It has to be, and it goes back, like, the least shocking thing that ever happens in sports is when a college coach picks winning over everything else. Like, you cannot be shocked by that. That's what they do. They care about winning over everything else.
I just watched this. Him saying, though, that they were scared is a little bit much.
Yeah, that was unbelievable. Like, he said he was scared. He said multiple players were scared.
Like, this fucking gigantic D1 football player was afraid of that girl on the field. Like, come on.
And like, they haven't been in that environment. He's like, I know I was scared. A bunch of players were scared getting off there. Like, they were scared for their lives. In the video, the guy just, like, cold cocks her as he's running by. It's not like they bumped into each other. He went out of his way. It's like, pow.
Yeah. And I think they have been in that environment pretty much every year.
Times, right?
Like
that's what I mean.
I think it's a stretch of. I saw a stat. It's like the last 12 road losses Alabama has taken, the field has been stormed.
Yeah, it actually speaks to, because we're in like, one of the more woke periods ever where you do anything and you get in trouble. Alabama football player can just punch a girl in the face. And he don't even miss a minute of action, and nobody's even talking about it. And if you talk about it, Saban will literally throw you into the gulag in Tuscaloosa.
That defensive, have you ever been in that situation? No, then you can't talk. Like,
yeah.
No, I mean, no, of course these people haven't been in that situation. You can't just because you haven't done it doesn't mean you can, it's okay
to made it sound like there were little bullets flying through the field.
Dave, it's the old, remember Bobby Bowden used to suspend players for like a quarter against like Furman?
Yeah,
yes, right.
Like, we took care of it.
Yeah. Unbelievable. I thought it was hilarious. World Series set. Astros, Phillies. whenever you're on another side of this, like not involved, obviously I don't like the Yankees. Kevin doesn't like the Yankees. I truly do believe the Yankees would have been better off not making the playoffs than the way that season ended without putting up a fight, getting swept out. Astro fans everywhere at Yankee Stadium dancing around. Tommy and crew just getting fucking dick shoved in their face like every 2 seconds. Tico, Texas, who didn't even know the Astros existed till a week and a half ago, going bananas.
We're in the fucking World Series! God did!
Everything imploding for the Yankees. Really one of the all-time and I tweet this out. I'm old enough to grow up in an era where the Yankees always won. It was like the Red Sox were the laughing stock. You just assume the Yankees are going to win the World Series, assume the Red Sox are going to lose. Now the Yankees...
Another team.
Another team. And people like Tommy, they've grown up in an era where they always lose. That's what they expect.
But they don't act like, they still try to act like the Pinstripes and the Bronx Bombers and the Allure. It's like, you don't know a fucking thing. You don't know what it feels like. You don't know how it is. You are not around for any of it. So enough talking down to any other franchise. You guys are just like any other team that makes it and chokes. And as a matter of fact, the fact that it's the Astros who are doing exactly what the Yankees want to do and try to do, and they do it with analytics and they do it with their farm system, and they just keep growing and dominating, and they're just the total opposite of them. They get fucking destroyed by them every year. It's picture perfect. But I mean, I will always love and cherish this and make fun of them every time because of where and how I grew up and what age I am. But if you're like 20, 25, 15 to 25, you shouldn't give a fuck about the Yankees. It's just like, yeah, I don't know. They make the playoffs and lose a bunch. They're just just an average playoff team.
We had a funny moment on PMT, which we've been doing for like 7 years now. And we looked around and we're like, wait, so Hank, the Red Sox have won since we started. Cubs have won since we started. The Nationals have won since we started. And our producer, Max, is a Philly guy. The Phillies are in the World Series. And Jake and Billy are sitting there. It's like, you guys are the worst. Like,
it's also
not even close.
To that point, though, the National League East is basically except you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we're next up.
You got all the NL East teams making their round. Now, the Philly, by the way, getting to the National League, that bunt that Grisham did yesterday.
Crazy.
That goes down. I thought for sure he did that on his own. Bob Melvin, whether he's covering for him, he described it as a half sack, half trying to hit for a bunt. That was one of the worst. And listen, if the guy can't hit, and you're like, he can't hit, fine. But to do it on the first pitch, when you just walk two guys, you're bringing in a starter who's never thrown relief, I don't think ever. First pitch, you just given out. It took everything. It ended the game. That was one of the worst decisions I've ever seen, ever, in any sport at any time.
And the Phillies are such a fun team. Like, Bryce Harper has completely erased all the, because he left right before the Nationals won the World Series. No one has been more clutch. He has like 6 home runs in these playoffs. That two home runs on Sunday. And Schwarber, I don't know if you guys saw the video.
Yeah, I eating ass.
Yeah, he just screaming at the top of his lung, "Eat my asshole!" I love Schwarber forever. Like, that guy can do no wrong in my eyes. And it does feel like the Astros are the better team, but in baseball, like, the Phillies couldn't be hotter. They just keep getting huge hits. They keep playing ball out of their ass.
They are super hot, but like, so are the Astros. The Astros.
Oh, I know. The Astros haven't lost.
In my mind, just as hot, but the Phillies, like, anything could happen. Harper's an interesting one where he's just been around so long that he's gone from like overrated to underrated. Like, if you last that long and you have some good years and some down years, you'll get called everything in the book. But the fact that he's kind of like underrated now is kind of crazy.
Yeah,
I mean, he's probably the best left playing right now, right? I mean, the Astros as a team are lights out, but Harper,
Jordan is insane. The
Phillies are crazy. The Phillies are crazy, man. They did like everything they could to not make the playoffs.
I know.
September was so bad. It's not like they got hot like starting in September. They were under 500. They like did everything they could to give it away to Milwaukee, and then they just turn it on. And even still, they're not even playing. Their offense is like lights out, and their starting pitching, I guess, is shoving. But their defense is still shoddy, and they're not. It's not like they. I don't know how it's happening.
They have Team of Destiny. That moment when Bryce Harper, the camera caught him in the dugout after he hit it, and he's just like, "I can't believe I did that."
Yeah,
it was so fucking cool because, like, yeah, that's as cool of a home run as you could ever hit.
And the Schwarber one where Harper was like that.
Well, I mean, he hit it over the fucking moon.
And going back, we flip flop in series. The era on the double play ball or potential double play ball on the Yankees, it sums up the Yankees. Like, that is, you're just waiting for the Yankees to fuck up. And right now, everything's going the Phillies' way.
Aaron Judge, bottom of the ninth.
20. Yeah.
Like, I think I saw IKF had more hits than Aaron Judge in the series. The Mariners played more innings against the Astros than the Yankees did. They are, I mean, that was as bad of an L as you can get. And Aaron Boone showing the Yankees footage from 2004 is my favorite thing. Two of my favorite thing ever. That being like, hey, let's watch our franchise's most embarrassing moment ever for motivation.
Really, and the turning point of the Yankees.
Right.
Really.
Yes. Yeah. And the Harrison Bader, Aaron Judge error, followed by Cole being like, I got you guys. And then a 2-run shot at,
that little short porch.
Not to mention
the dome, all of it.
Oh, blaming the roof.
Double time. This was the Yankees have been asking for the Astros since the drum thing. So in this, the Astro fans basically, it's almost reminiscent of the Patriots with Deflategate to a degree, when they're like, everyone's doing different stuff. It didn't matter. Well, the Astros keep kicking everyone's ass, so it does kind of invalidate all the other stuff. In my mind, it's like, all right, what?
Need to win. If they win this one, then they have 2 rings with like several appearances and like sustained, not greatness, but right on the verge of it, like that. I think Altuve and one other guy maybe are from the trash can team. Like
Bregman, yeah.
Yeah, Bregman. Like the rest of it is new players, new team, new regime, still going.
Yeah, I mean the fact that like Correa walks and Jeremy Pena is like better. It's just crazy.
That's crazy.
Have you guys, I don't know how up to speed you're on this. This was very big on the interwebs. Travis Scott. Are you up to speed? So Travis Scott has been accused of cheating. And this is like a decade-long cheating scandal. The same girl who has like a 10-year history of posting very similar like photos. So Travis Scott goes somewhere, she goes somewhere. Travis Scott goes somewhere, she posts somewhere. Always alluding, hints, everything. Till recently, I guess this last weekend, this girl, and she's like a knockoff looking Kylie. Like all fake, big ass, kind of, I don't want to use the disgusting word on her, but to me, disgusting. Anyways, she posted like, hey, I'm on set, and it's a set where Travis Scott was, to the point everyone's like, oh, they're cheating, and there was rumors that's why they broke up or whatever. Travis Scott goes on his Instagram. He's like, this is the internet making shit up. I'm sick of addressing it. This is all make-believe. I'm not going to do it. The internet's there. But Silvana, this is how I know. She's not a big reader in my experience. She read like a 2-hour like backlog on somebody putting everything together. I don't know how up to speed you guys are on this. My instinct is she's lying.
Who?
The girl.
Oh.
Travis Scott's not fucking her?
No, I don't think he is.
You think she's a stalker?
Yes.
He just follows.
Yes, because here's why. The girl went on, like, don't say you don't know me. I've been with you. I have all these pictures of us together. You're a lying motherfucker. Well, where are the pictures?
Interesting.
Where are they? I thought she did have receipts. She didn't?
She says she has receipts. She's calling him a liar. Says, you're fucking around on Kylie. We've been together. Don't say you don't know me. Everyone knows we're together. I got the photos and videos to prove it. But she has not. She's done everything but show these photos.
Scott came out and was like, "You're a nobody." Yes. Something like an uninvited person was on our set. We'll now be doing a closed set. I mean, to brazenly deny it like that. If you knew someone had pictures and all the receipts,
and this girl seems to be willing to post anything. but she hasn't posted the pictures with Travis Scott. Well, then I don't believe you. And this girl's doing stuff like I spent too much time talking about this, but it's like Travis Scott posts a picture at a casino, and then she'll post a picture and it's the same carpet. It's like, all right, well, I can recreate that
Yeah,
photo.
that's a stalker. That's a stalker.
Right.
Now, but I was gonna say that means she needs to be like a groupie who follows you,
Correct.
which is entirely possible. But
This girl, what's her name? Roe? And she went from private to public on her Instagram. This girl, whatever her name is
she a wannabe like influencer type thing, like an Instagram model?
Looks shouldn't matter, but they matter. When I saw her, I'm like, ooh.
Can't be her, yeah.
Do we have pictures? Can we show this pictures? What's her name? Cara Rowe?
By the way, I have Stephen Shea here. I just want to ask him a question.
What a fuck.
Do you think the Bucks can win the Super Bowl this year?
It's not even Halloween yet, so.
Oh my God.
This is it.
There's a lot of time to
deep
turn
down,
around, but
he's not.
There's a lot of time to turn around. But
He's not admitting.
we look very bad.
Would you turn down, like, I don't know, Christian Okoye, Fran Tarkenton, Walter Payton, Jim Brown for Tom Brady straight up?
Walter
Fantasy.
Passed.
No, I know. Well, a lot of those players don't.
Is Fran Tarkenton still alive?
Christian Okoye is not in the league. I just was naming guys.
Yeah. He probably would take him.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough. Big Cat was trolling me yesterday.
No, I wasn't. No, I was not trolling you. Your team is bad. No. When I say start looking at the top 10 in the draft, that's not trolling. That's facts.
What?
That's something I'd done for over a decade.
That's not trolling. I'm stating facts. Your team sucks.
We completely laid an egg, and we are playing very bad.
You're so bad.
Our team, the team is very.
You're
bad.
so bad. You are personally so bad.
I'm personally going down there to fix it. I'll be in attendance Thursday, and we're gonna get some things straightened out. So,
this is the guy. This is him. This is the guy that just drives.
He's angered me with his. I got no running back strategy.
I mean,
see ya, Steve.
See ya.
See ya.
Okay, you can't.
You want me to mortgage my franchise for AJ Dillon? The guy's got 1 point this season. Get him out before he starts talking. Get him out before he starts talking.
Get out of here.
Get him out. Get him out.
He did that.
No. I just talked over him, so I didn't hear it. Did you look at this girl?
Yeah,
Kevin?
yeah. I mean, not enough to really. You would not think you would cheat on Kylie Jenner with this.
Or for like a 10-year consistent affair, like she's saying.
The weirdest part, because we've seen from Perkins waitresses to whoever, guys will just like, yeah, I don't know, I fucked this random chick because it was in front of my face. But
that
like,
may have happened like a decade ago with this girl. Who knows?
Right.
But a 10-year.
10 years ago, and then she's been following him around like forever.
That very easily could be the case. But she's making it seem like everywhere he goes, he's flying her in there like she's making it sound like Kylie is the side chick. Like she's the main chick.
Yeah. It also, it's because you can tell she wants to look like Kylie, you know?
Yes.
It's like a knockoff.
That sounds very stalkerish.
And the curves and shit. It's like, you know, this is probably like a Gone Girl thing, like an obsession thing.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. Last one that I have here, there's a woman in hot water here because she was at a hotel pool, and she was doing a little Instagram thingy-majiggy in a thong, dancing, getting sexy, and now everyone's mad because there's a lot of little kids around, hotel pool. You guys both have kids. Thoughts?
Where was this pool? I couldn't find the video. Where was this pool?
Dante blogged it today. Take a quick look.
Okay.
All right, because it matters where it is.
Definitely.
Well, it's all,
If it's like Vegas or something, then
Yeah,
it didn't look like Vegas.
Miami.
It looked like maybe a Holiday Inn in Orlando. It did not look like.
Oh my God, the kids are like right there. Yeah, the kids are like in the foreground while she's popping that ass. You know,
I wouldn't complain. I wouldn't complain. I mean, it's just stupid. Like, it looks weird because it's like, but no, she's doing it for her camera in front of her. I wouldn't complain. Nah. I wouldn't complain. I'd ask for a rat. For being honest, I'd ask for a rat.
I don't think I complain. I just don't complain about fucking anything.
Would you tell your kids like to look away?
No.
See, all right, then we're on the same page because you guys always take the kid perspective.
No, Dave.
That woman has every right to a pool.
When a teacher traumatizes 3-year-old kids with a mask and like screams in their face, yes, I would complain about that. When
it's Halloween season, Dan. You probably don't want to let kids send their Valentines to each other.
That story happened in September.
That
wasn't Halloween season.
That's not allowed anymore
Halloween
either.
season is in September.
You can't send Valentines. You can't do Halloween. What can you do around here? This pool, as I say, it's a hotel pool. Everybody has their right to their space.
Yeah.
If I go to a hotel pool, I don't want to see kids there. I don't necessarily want to see that there. But I know when you go to a hotel pool, everyone carves out their space.
All right, so
Wild West.
What if she popped the top off?
You can't do that.
I don't think I can.
Because that's like violating the rules, right?
That's against the rules.
Okay. So if there was some sort of rule on like the gate when you walk in or something about this, then you'd say.
Right. But if there's tops on, then you're a little kid. They better have their top on too.
I mean, it does look like a Miami type hotel too. It's like, this is the world we live in, man. I don't know. Go to a private pool if you got an issue with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would not complain.
That, I believe, is all we have.
Did you see Alec Baldwin?
Oh, yeah.
Wait,
all-time public PR disaster.
1 year ago today?
A 1 year anniversary, posted the girl that he killed with the caption that just said 1 year ago today, ... That is one of the worst, if not the worst, of all time. That is a
crazy.
Now, I saw that, and I thought, that's the only thing I can think of Alec Baldwin, and I knew it was trending, but I didn't even think it could be that because who would do that? What was it?
Do that, right? I thought it was like ... and then you click it and you open it and it said something like "I'm so sorry" or whatever, like some sort.
I didn't even think it was her. I thought it was like happy. I just thought
that was the fucking girl he shot.
That's crazy.
No.
What has he said anything since?
The only thing I can tell though is he has 4 more posts on his Instagram since Saturday, so I think he's maybe trying to push it down the chart, the grid a little bit. But I don't think I know. But then then it becomes a thing. I think he's trying to get away with it. But like a lot of the comments were just like, I don't know how to reply to this, dude. Like, what is this?
Crazy.
I mean, that is one of the worst usages of social media I've fucking ever seen in my life.
Yeah,
crazy.
Just got cleared of all the charges or whatever, but that is nuts.
Did you watch Thrones?
You're so lucky you didn't watch, dude.
No, I did. Kevin, I watched the highlights. I watched the highlights. I felt good about myself. Felt happy about everything I've done so far.
Wait, but did you? So you watched last night or no?
No, I watched I got the recap. Watched a couple clips.
Because like, there's one clip that you would be.
No, don't.
No, I know, but it didn't devastate me because I'm not attached to anybody.
But you saw it.
Oh, I saw it.
Oh, that was crazy.
Just kept on eating it. I had some M&Ms. I just kept going on about that. I was very happy with everything I've done.
How did you get highlights of the very beginning? Because that was one of the craziest things I think I've ever seen on television.
No, I don't think I got the very beginning.
She gives birth. She pulls the baby out of her.
Oh, I did see that.
And then the baby's
No,
dead.
I heard about it. Yeah.
And
you're killing Dan. Dan. Was he turn it off? Can you hear us, Dan? He shut off?
I can't tell if he's frozen or if he's free.
Well, he said no spoilers, and then you just went straight spoilers.
I didn't hear him say no spoilers. I'm sorry.
I can't tell what he's doing.
He's just
fake
staying
frozen.
Still.
Yeah, you ruined it.
No,
so
don't do it. Don't tell. I'm not even. I'm like 4 episodes behind, so I don't.
Yeah, but
But there is But just know this. At one point, there's a dead baby.
Yeah, no, don't do this. I don't want to do it.
It's not a spoiler thing though. That really doesn't really matter that much. HBO shows the dead baby so much, dude.
All right, so I'm not gonna watch. I'm not even gonna watch it now. I don't even like the show.
I've made the best decision I've made in a long time by just reading the recaps. I already know I wouldn't. It's like I slept like a baby. I took my NyQuil, went to sleep. happy as
that scene, the scene that you specifically would be crushed by.
I saw it.
I'm trying not to. I yelled at. I went oh shit! I yelled out loud.
I'm not watching.
It takes a lot for me to yell at the TV like that. I did not see that coming the way that went down.
Yeah, no, I was like, oh, no big deal. I was like, that's too bad.
What do you think? I mean, you didn't really watch it, but how would you assess the season? Grade the season
On recaps.
Oh, B minus. I thought it was B minus. Seems like a good storyline. People are like, it's not as detailed. How long?
See, that's why I'm not going to watch it too. I don't do shows well when I don't remember anything.
Yeah, they said 2024, and I think they usually drop it summertime, so I don't think it'll be early 24, which is kind of fucked.
Yeah, when's Succession coming back? I'm gonna have to rewatch
That's my
all
favorite
that.
show of all time.
That I think they've been running recaps or previews and shit for that, so I think 2 months it'll be back.
Oh, nice.
Last point, I guess I should mention, I thought I was going to do it. The Dave Portnoy show is in purgatory. It is suspended indefinitely.
Oh, wow.
So I stopped it last week because, to be honest, it was terrible. Not necessarily Eddie's fault or my fault. It's just the subject's stale. We did a show. It was bad. It's I got to change it up. I was planning on changing it up to get, celebrities outside of Barstool and do, a rundown, a weekly recap. But then I was putting it together. And it's too similar to this, and I don't think I got to think a lot more about who I'm pairing together. I was going to have Andrew Schultz and Olsen do the first one. It wasn't going to work. So I canceled it late last night. That's in purgatory. I don't know if it's coming back or when it's coming back, but I'm not just going to do content that I know stinks.
You should just rant on a microphone like Bill Burr.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe. We'll see.
That also, sometimes you're your own worst critic about this stuff. It's people sometimes want to just hear, if the topic's
No.
if Barstool, sometimes Barstool inner workings is hot and crazy and people want to hear it, and then other times it's in your brain it's kind of mediocre, but there are fans who want to hear about.
But no, I have a pretty good idea when something's good and bad. I knew it was I was yawning halfway through.
I'm just saying, something podcasting can be a grind where it's it was like blogging. Some days there are topics that are A+, and other days you got to just get through it.
Right. I agree with that, but it's like going off the war, like Tom Brady. I don't want to go off the war.
You just got to rant. Just rant for.
It's it was becoming. It wasn't great, and it was a lot of work. So it's all right. What am if I'm gonna do it, let's come up with something that I think is good, and we weren't there, so we'll see. I did meet that guy Drewski for the first time at the game. I don't know, guests like that, Greg and Schultz were too different. I couldn't figure out the subject. I don't know that Schultz is a sports guy. Greg is. Schultz, I don't know. Is he?
Oh yeah. He can talk sports.
So whatever. I got to regroup that. And then the other thing, obviously,
also, two guests, celebrity guests.
That's what I said.
It's gonna be a problem.
That's the hardest part of podcasting is guests, because it's scheduling on their schedules and getting everyone set and
if you're gonna have two legit stars or guests who have their own schedules that has to match every week, that's not easy.
No, I know that's not easy, but. I mean, doing a remote rundown's pretty easy to flex. And then the last thing, which I guess we should address, or maybe not address, but maybe address because everyone's asking about it, will be Dave Portnoy's show, is obviously Hobbs had old tweets brought up. They were a decade old. They were horrific tweets. Horrific tweets. I don't think that they reflect who he is now. Obviously, if that was something that happened in real time, he wouldn't work here. And if I thought they still basically were indicative of who he is now, he wouldn't work here. But I'm also not in the business of somebody who has an axe to grind with Barstool trying to end somebody's career just because it's an axe to grind on decade-old tweets. So I talked to Hubbs. I truly think he's different and think he feels awful about that. He's going to have to deal with those the rest of his life. But it is something we're aware of. It is what it is, and they're terrible tweets, and no one's apologizing for them. But again, decade-old tweets before he worked at Barstool. If he did anything like that now, or we thought they were the same, he wouldn't be here. That's really all I got to say on that particular issue. But we are clearly aware of it. Yeah. That's it. Anything else?
double college football show on Saturday.
Yes, they really want us to talk about that. I don't know why. We're going to Penn State at Teak, Frat, and then Michigan State. It's going to be great. I don't know. Everything we're doing with the college football show has been awesome. The show is running smoothly. We're getting humongous crowds. I don't know who we're trying to tell we're doing this to brag about it, but we're doing 2 shows in one day.
And Dave, we're gonna have to have like a peace talks before this, you and me, because it's been up and down gambling. Like we're gonna be on a plane. We're gonna be
I'm coming
finding out
Friday.
wins. We gotta try to maybe get on the same card this weekend because we're in a jinx battle. We're in a jinx battle that one of us is going to get very hurt in this jinx battle.
I saw that clip of Dave saying he was going to be in your hole.
Yeah, he was trying to come in my hole, but it's just
I was going to come in your hole. I mean, that sounds like you.
That's what you do in the gambling business when someone's down.
Yeah, well, unless you're Rico, it never comes in anyone's hole. But we're in a jinx battle right now that is it's way more severe. Not to make light of it, but like Putin and his nuclear weapons, like. Because I don't know if that will ever happen. This jinx battle will hit nuclear level, and one of us is going to lose very badly on a jinx, and it's going to be a regrettable thing.
Patriots tonight. Patriots, Celtics, both. I'm betting if I was in a gambling state, I'd bet the Celtics every night. I think I think they could go 82-0.
Dave turned to me on Friday night, 3 days in the NBA season. He said, "I think I figured out the NBA."
I honestly think I did, and it's
serious.
Bet the Celtics every night.
That is pretty much it. Bet the Celtics every night, and I like New Orleans. All right, there it is. That's the rundown.